It comes at the same time millions of voters are headed to the polls in several key elections in New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and California.
The White House is working on an executive order to strengthen our elections in this country and to ensure that there cannot be blatant fraud, as we've seen in California with their universal mail-in voting system. It's absolutely true that there's fraud in California's elections. It's just a fact. It is just a fact. They have a universal mail-in voting system, which we know is ripe for fraud. And if you want to deny...
Multiple bomb threats were made today against polling sites across New Jersey, forcing some polling areas to stop temporarily. New Jersey Attorney General Matthew Platkin said that bomb threats were emailed to polling areas in Bergen, Essex, Mercer, Middlesex, Monmouth, Ocean, and Passaic counties. Platkin urged residents to call 911 if they see any suspicious activity. New Jersey's Lieutenant Governor said there were no more credible threats at this time. Attorney General Pam Bondi said the Justice Department was investigating. Both of New Jersey's gubernatorial candidates condemned the bomb threats. Democrat candidate Mikey Sherrill described the threats as, quote, a clear attempt to undermine our democratic system and intimidate New Jerseyans from going to the polls to exercise their voting rights. A spokesperson for Republican candidate Jack Ciattarelli said in a statement, quote, there's no place in politics for nonsense like this. Today is Election Day in the Big Apple, and President Trump made it clear who he wants to see as the next mayor. Trump urged voters yesterday to vote for Andrew Cuomo in the highly watched race. He wants to prevent Zohran Mamdani, a self-described democratic socialist, from becoming the next head of the nation's largest city. NTD's Daniel Monahan has more on the race.
Zohran Mamdani, the Democratic Party nominee, was leading in polls on the eve of Election Day. He was heavily favored to become the next mayor. President Trump chimed in on the contest on Truth Social yesterday, writing, I would much rather see a Democrat who has had a record of success win than a communist with no experience and a record of complete and total failure. Trump said he was considering reducing federal funding to the city of over 8 million residents to the very minimum as required if they elected Mamdani. Trump wrote, it can only get worse with a communist at the helm, and I don't want to send, as president, good money after bad. The president says he strongly believes New York City will be a, quote, complete and total economic and social disaster should Mamdani win. The race also includes Republican Curtis Sliwa, who is running far behind Mamdani and Cuomo, who ran as an independent candidate after losing the Democratic primary to Mamdani. Trump warned voters not to vote for Sliwa, calling it a vote for Mamdani. Cuomo yesterday said he believes he had the momentum, posting the results of an Atlas Intel poll which concluded on Monday. It found 39% of voters favored the former governor. Mamdani garnered 44% of the vote, while Sliwa took in 16%. Atlas Intel has a track record of being among the most accurate pollsters in both the 2020 and 2024 presidential elections. Mamdani responded to Trump's criticism in an interview on CNN yesterday.
I think you could clearly see that Donald Trump is threatened by our campaign. He's threatened by it because, like his, we've diagnosed the crisis in working class New Yorkers' lives, the cost of living. But unlike him, we're actually going to deliver on that.
It's impossible to think that New York City can have a communist mayor. He's a communist. He's not a socialist, by the way. There's a big difference.
The Democratic nominee released this video yesterday to remind New Yorkers of his vision of socialism for the city.
There are many who say that a democratic socialist vision of governance for New York is impossible, that our ideas are untested. To them, I answer, we need look only to our past for proof of how socialism can shape our future.
Mamdani promises to Trump-proof New York City by strengthening its sanctuary status to shield illegal immigrants. Elon Musk also threw his support behind Cuomo, posting to X yesterday for people to vote for the former governor. President Trump is also making a last-minute push in New Jersey and Virginia ahead of today's governor's races, holding tele-rallies. Trump wrote on Truth Social, why would anyone vote for New Jersey and Virginia gubernatorial candidates Mikey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger when they want transgender for everybody, men playing in women's sports, high crime, and the most expensive energy prices almost anywhere in the world? Republican Jack Ciattarelli is running for governor of New Jersey, while Winsome Earl Sears is vying to head the state of Virginia. Daniel Monahan, NTD News.
Candidate Zoran Mamdani is now responding to yesterday's message by President Trump suggesting he plans to stand up to the president. And Andrew Cuomo, meanwhile, is criticizing his opponent, saying the self-described Democrat socialist is too extreme.
Well, I think what you're seeing is a civil war in the Democratic Party that has been brewing for a while. You have an extreme radical left that is run by the socialists, that is challenging what they would call moderate Democrats. I'm a moderate Democrat. Democrats are not extreme socialists. We're not against the police.
I look forward to representing those New Yorkers and look forward to fighting for every single dollar this city is owed. What we see in the language of Donald Trump is a premise as if it is his decision on whether or not to fund a city the very money that this city is owed. And I look forward to utilizing every single tool at my disposal as the next mayor of this city to fight for the people.
Last night, Trump said it is highly unlikely that he'll be contributing federal funds other than the very minimum as required if Mamdani wins the election. In response, Mamdani says that he'll, quote, not be intimidated by the president. The Democratic candidate also describes Trump's statements as threats to the city. Mamdani says he'll defend New Yorkers against those alleged threats by the president. Some New Yorkers are sharing their choices for the next mayor and the issues they care about the most in their decision making. Take a listen.
I voted for Mamdani.
Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah. Who not necessarily we like. But,
Right,
you know.
exactly.
Have to.
Cuomo. As someone who's been living in New York City for over 10 years, affordability, safety, making New York feel like home for so many people who've been living here for decades, for all New Yorkers, for working families, for business people, for immigrants, for underrepresented people. So it's really important that we have a mayor that represents all types of New Yorkers and makes New Yorkers a place where everyone can thrive and work and live happily, healthily, and safely.
It's very important. I'm a capitalist, so I think that is pretty simple.
And safety.
Oh yeah,
Safety in the
totally
city.
safety.
Yeah.
Oh, we had to live here through COVID, so we know how important it is to have representation of police in the street. We know that basically when you want to raise a price of something like hourly wage, you need small businesses to support it. People run out of town when things can't be afforded, and too many people left the city already. We need to rebuild it.
If Mamdani wins, is that ultra-far left or socialist candidates have a real place in American politics, and like while every voice is valid, it's going to draw the Democratic Party too far to the left, and that is not going to be good for the Democratic Party.
Republican candidate Jack Ciattarelli tells NTD how he feels about the tight New Jersey governor's race at his last night rally before the election. And New Jersey locals at his rally share what they want from their governor. NTD's Mari Otsu brings us more from Bridgewater, New Jersey, where she's standing by for Ciattarelli's watch party tonight.
All eyes are on the outcome of what is now a very tight New Jersey governor's race as a key indicator of whether President Trump's rise will carry in what's traditionally been a blue state.
Feeling really good. It's my old hometown. The energy's been great. We're going to win tomorrow.
Republican gubernatorial candidate Jack Ciattarelli held his last rally before Election Day in Raritan, New Jersey, Monday night.
We need a Jersey guy. My opponent's not even from New Jersey. We've had enough of that. Let's elect somebody who's from New Jersey, someone who knows what's going on, and somebody who knows how to fix it.
Joined by his family on stage in Raritan, Ciattarelli touts his deep roots in the state of New Jersey and promises affordability if he's elected governor.
Governor Murphy said that he wanted to make New Jersey California of the East. Mikey Sherrill will continue that. It's those policies that have made New Jersey unaffordable, where we have the highest taxes in the entire country. There will be no middle class because middle class won't be able to afford to live here. If you love New Jersey like I love New Jersey, vote Jack Ciattarelli.
I'm a retired high school principal. Jack used to come to our school and speak to the students, give speeches. He was very energetic. He was open to the kids' questions. And we hit it off. There was a lot of simpatico there. Our taxes are too high, and I know New Jerseyans feel that way, and they've felt that way for years. I truly believe he's going to make a difference there.
Well, I used to be a registered Democrat for 20-something years, or maybe even longer. And the reason why I crossed over was because the Democrats aren't doing nothing here in New Jersey that people look like us. So that's why I crossed over to support Jack.
Yeah, we're both sophomores in high school, yeah. And we're big fans of Jack, obviously. If we could vote, we would vote for him. I saw firsthand, I've met him a couple of times, and he's just a genuine guy. I mean, you could say I'm biased, but I feel that Jack is the more genuine politician, and he actually listens to people, not just people in general, but people like us, people who can't vote.
I feel like Chitterelli is a good choice for the students because he actually listens. Every time I've spoken to him, he's always been a very open and honest and kind man.
Chitterelli's son Jake, an Army captain deployed to Kuwait, surprised his father with a visit at his first campaign event of the day.
It feels great. My father's my role model. He's my rock. He's my best friend. It's been tough being away from him for 8 months. But seeing everything that he's doing from that far away and being able to be here for the finish line, it's a great feeling. He's an incredibly genuine man. He's patient, and he listens. I think that's one of the most important things that draws people to him. When you listen to people and understand what their problems are, people trust you.
Reporting from Bridgewater, New Jersey, Mariotsu, NTD News.
Voting is underway for races in New York, New Jersey, and Virginia as the government shutdown enters day 35, matching the record for the longest shutdown in U.S. history. Joining us to discuss is